Good morning. Monday, November the 2nd. Moving everything to the field. We're trying to figure out what this big orange ball in the sky is. It's been so long since we've seen it. Been 7 days since we cut any beans. This is Monday, and the last time we cut any beans was Friday before last. And it was mighty iffy then. I swear, if you want a road fixed, wait till we're harvesting in that area, and your road will get fixed. It never fails. We've had to move equipment through more road construction this year than I can ever remember. You know the old Johnny Cash song about he built the car one piece at a time? Well, I need to come up with a parody of it about moving equipment one piece at a time. Jeez Louise. We was going that other way because of the road construction come this way. They doing road construction this way too. They got them in, instead of doing it just one section at a time, they got them inside town, and then they got them out here on the main stretch too. This is aggravating. Get out of the way, we got stuff to do. I'll let y'all get a little peek at the rolling terrain I deal with here. It's a pretty steep old rolling farm right here. This is one of them it's one of them makes your butt clench up every now and then. And it's kind of, that ground ain't dry yet. We got 3 inches of rain this past, I think it was Wednesday and Thursday that we got 3 inches total. I think we got a little more on this farm. I think we got about 3.5 on this farm, but old combine about halfway trying to slide down the hill. I'm fixing to unload here in a second. When I get on some level ground, this will be the first unload on the go of the year in soybeans. We try to unload on the go as much as we can. Wait till I get down there on the level. Try to unload as much as I can, unload on the go as much as we can during corn, which being a 2-man show, I'm not always here with the buggy, so he'll dump straight on the buggy. Right here where I'm cutting right now used to be a tree line. Oh. And then right here where I'm at used to be a pond. Used to be a cattle farm. You can tell by the amount of roll it's got. Got to watch right here, there's all kind of buried goodies. Probably really ought to stop and unload, but as long as Robert's watching and doing what he's supposed to, all I got to watch is the header. A good cart man makes all the difference in the world. If you've ever run a cart with an inexperienced operator, you will know what I'm talking about. But most of the time, me and Robert can about read each other's minds, and that's what you need operating a cart. These beans down through here be showing, you can make them between 55 and 60, and That's pretty good for this old farm. First time I ever put beans on it, I believe they made 38. This is the first time we've had full season soybeans on this farm in a while. And I don't think I'm ever gonna put wheat beans back on it. It probably put a cover crop behind corn and then plant some full season beans, because these full season beans are making so much better. I have mixed emotions about wheat beans. There's a lot of these farms I plant wheat on just to hold them together through the winter. But I feel like the full season beans make so much better that sometimes it's not worth the profit you make on the wheat. You'll wear a darn sprayer out spraying wheat. Spray it once in the fall for weeds, then 2 trips of nitrogen if you split apply your nitrogen, and then a fungicide application, because you can't grow wheat in West Tennessee without putting a fungicide on it. It'll eat your lunch. Boy, that'd be good to run through her. Well, we got these 2 little patches finished up. We're fixing to move on to the bigger part of the field. The camera don't really do it justice, but that's a pretty good sized levee right there. There's a pond on the back side of it, and I'll show you that to y'all in a minute. But right there's the overflow pipe out of it. And stuff like this is a lot of the reason I run the 4-wheel drive full time on my combine, whether it's dry or not, because it really seems to help out hydrostat out climbing these old hills and stuff when you got that 4-wheel drive engaged. This is not a farm that you send somebody new to. If you got somebody helping you, you better walk them through and show them the spots to go and not to go. But there's a pond there and a pond there, and they've got a culvert in here, and them ponds share the same water. There's we've caught some good sized brim out there and ate, and there's some good sized bass in there too, but we have a little more trouble catching them. I ain't never caught a catfish out of it yet. But you gotta come down this levee and ease down here between these ponds. And there's about 13 acres back here. The older gentleman that rented this farm to me and took a chance on me, his name was Mr. Larry. Mr. Larry's passed away now, but he was the kind of landlord you like to have. This is an old cattle farm, but I believe every penny that this farm made, he put back into it. He done lots of track hoe work on this farm for me. I never asked him to, but every year when I handed him his check from the granary, this is a share rented farm, meaning they get a share of the crop instead of me just giving them a cash payment. But every time I handed him his check at the end of the year, he said what needs to be done, and I would tell him, and he would bring the track hole man over here and give him a dollar amount and said, run to that amount right there is gone. And he done it. Dylan said he heard some rumbling, and I believe we found it. Looks like a piece of a cedar tree or something. He's climbing up there to let the concave down so we can get this thing out. Okay! There she is. We'll finish cleaning it out, see what else is up in there. Get rid of that sunbuck! Alright, try it again. Everybody loves dust. Especially me. Because apparently I have developed asthma in my old age. I've been around this crap for 32 years. And for some reason this year bean dust and corn dust decided to start bothering me. And I've got to carry an inhaler around. Great. While we're stopped, might as well change a section. I don't know why in the world I bothered putting a new knife in it. Should have put a new knife head on the old one, just rocked on.
That's what climb up there and get another one.
Hell, ain't none of the new sections that come on that knife gonna be on it. Now you know that you can't sit there. I don't know how many times we've gone over this. Alright, get down. You know where your hole is. This is how you test a grain cart driver's aptitude, is by putting them in some curved roads. Because when you get in these curved roads, if the combine's on the outside of the curve, the grain cart's got to slow down. And if the grain cart is on the outside of the curve, it's got to, they got to speed up. And then of course the combine driver needs to bobble around a little bit and sling that auger around to throw them off. Me and Robert's been unloading on the go together a long time. That's the very first job I had, was grain cart driver. Very first grain cart I drove was a 7130 Magnum front wheel assist with a, I think it was an 872 Brent. My cousin William, I used to help him when he was still farming. And that's what he ran. He had that and a 2188 with a 25-foot head, I believe. He had some I'm not a red man by any means, but he has some nice, super nice red equipment. Had a 7130 two-wheel drive, a 7130 front wheel assist, and then a 8940 front wheel assist. Oh gosh, I don't know if y'all can see it. It makes me nervous every time we break that cart out of this farm, boy. It makes you draw up for sure. I don't know how much y'all can see. It's getting dark. I hate this flipping time of year. It makes it hard to get anything done. It's 4:45 and already getting dark on us. I'm gonna run up here. There's a little 4.5 acre field. I'm gonna try to get it cut before it gets dark. Get it knocked out of the way where it ain't holding us back in the morning. When I get it cut, I'm gonna move to a 38 acre farm just right down the road. So we trying our best, trying to knock all these little patches out so we can roll tomorrow. We kind of got off to a late start and it's messed us up today. I wouldn't mess with this little feet. Oh jeez, you gonna see a wreck, you gonna see a wreck. Anyways, I wouldn't mess with this little old field, but the little old lady gives it to me just to keep it cleaned up. She doesn't want it growing up, so I work it for her. If I ever get a bigger combine, I ain't gonna be able to work it no more. It's already getting tight enough as it is. Welcome to West Tennessee, the land of patches. I would love to work somewhere where you actually have some decent sized fields. Try to get in here without turning my auger off too. Alright, here we go. Try to go a little longer without the lights. Maybe I'll make the daylight last a little longer. I've got a lot of new subscribers to the channel today. I think about 10 or 12. I'd like to welcome y'all to my channel. And I'd like to thank Matt Griggs for sending y'all my way. I hope you enjoy our channel. What we try to do, I try to take clips throughout the day of what we're doing. They don't always get posted that day, but I try to take clips of what we're doing throughout the day and post videos regularly to YouTube about our day, what we're doing, how we're doing it, and why we're doing it that way. Every farm is different. I like watching other farmers and how they do things. I had a subscriber ask yesterday if there was any cotton farmers in our area. And yes it is, Matt Griggs. He's the same guy that gave me a shout out, but his channel is Griggs Farms LLC, and they grow quite a bit of cotton. So if you're interested in growing cotton, you need to watch it. As always, go watch Russ Thomas Farms TN. He always gives us a shout out, and I like to do the same for him. He runs that old red stuff. Don't hold that against him. Maybe someday he'll come around. It looks like Matt, he's always got them hid on module builders and bush hogs. Looks like he's got two nice 40 series John Deeres. I don't know why he wants to keep those beauties hid. But anyways, I'm about to finish this little farm up and try to get moved to another one. I'm giving old granny all she's got. So y'all stay tuned. Y'all might get a few more. Y'all might get a little more footage before the day's up. We're having to wipe the windows. It's fogging up in here. Got my grooves on. But we're gonna finish up this little field. We got more done than I thought we was going to. See, we got cut about 26 acres today. Got a late start. That didn't help matters none. These short days ain't helping the things none. But maybe we're over here on this bigger farm. We got all the patches cut off of. It's got a 12-acre hill that's kind of cut up with terraces, but it ain't awful. And then it's got a good flat laying 18-acre bottom. I'm kind of afraid about that bottom, though. I'm afraid it's gonna be wet. I call it the swamp. But I just want y'all remember to go vote tomorrow. Go do your civic duty. This is a very important election, I think. I'm not gonna tell you how to vote, but I know how I'm gonna vote. This country seems to be really divided. I don't know if it's as divided as the media portrays it to be, but I still think it's a very important election. We got two men who want to go two totally different ways with the country, and you can't complain if you don't vote. So you need to think about what your vision is for this country. Vote your beliefs. Vote according to the Bible.